So I want to talk about Broly again. I haven't talked about Broly in quite some time now. I went back and watched some of my old videos of Broly becoming a Z fighter, and I was just reading the comments, telling people what I think, what would it have been like if Broly would ever become a Z fighter. I want to be back on that subject again. Some say that Broly would have been unstoppable. I was reading the comments, and some people say Vegeta and Goku and all them would have been unstoppable. They would have been a force to be reckoned with. And I said that I don't think they would have been unstoppable. I mean, I think having Broly with the Z fighter would be interesting. Yeah, it would be very interesting. But I think if they would allow Broly to become a good guy, they would have to repackage him. They would. They would have to repackage Broly. And what I mean is repackaging him. They're going to have to strip that legendary Super Saiyan off of him instead of just calling him. Because I think if he did become a Z fighter, I don't think they'll call him a legendary Super Saiyan no more. I don't think they would. I think they'll take that name. They'll strip him away from that name. I think they would. Also, I think they would also take his evil laugh. I think they'll take that evil laugh away because we all know how Broly laughs. Broly's got an evil laugh. So if he were to become a Z fighter, they would have to take that evil laugh away from him. What else would they have to take away from him? I think they need to take his legendary Super Saiyan form away, because I don't really like Broly with those big muscles, looking like Incredible Hulk. Like, it doesn't really look right. I mean, some Broly fans out there think it's cool seeing Broly with those big ass muscles, looking like the Incredible Hulk. People think that looks cool, but if he's going to become a good guy in Dragon Ball Z someday, they need to get rid of that. They don't look right. And plus, it makes him look too much like a villain. So they would have to get rid of that legendary Super Saiyan transformation form if he's going to fit in with the Z fighters. Now, I know you guys are thinking like, wow, dude, your idea sucks about Broly. I think they should keep his legendary form. I mean, the legendary form makes Broly look too much like a villain, make him look too much like a monster. So if you want him to become a good guy, you got to get rid of that legendary form. You're going to have to get rid of it. Also, they're going to have to get rid of him calling Goku Kakarot. Well, he's still going to call Goku Kakarot, but him repeating himself over and over, they need to get rid of that. They need to get rid of him repeating himself, saying Goku's name all the time. Being so obsessed with Goku all the time. They need to get rid of that too from him. I mean, I'm just letting y'all know how I would repackage Broly if I were ever to make him a Z fighter, because that's what they would have to do. If you want to make him a good guy, you're gonna have to repackage this dude. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to repackage Broly. Let's see. Broly's looks. I would keep his looks though. I would keep his looks. With no shirt on. I'll still keep that look. That little necklace around his neck, I'll keep that on. So Broly's his looks, I'll keep his looks the same, but I would have Broly because I like Broly's Super Saiyan 1 form in the second coming. I actually like that form, and I'm thinking to myself, that's how he needs to look when he becomes a good guy. Not always as a Super Saiyan 1, but you know how Goku, when he transformed into a Super Saiyan 1 and 2, you don't see Goku charging up with big ass muscles, stuff like that. Broly needs to, they just need to just work on his hair though. Let his hair look different though, and let him stay the same like he is in a Super Saiyan 1 if he were to ever become a good guy someday. That's how I think they should use Broly though. But it would be interesting though. I was reading through the comments and people was saying that Broly probably would become the next Vegeta. I don't think he would become the next Vegeta. In a way, I think he would. I think Broly would be more like Piccolo. Now, you guys seen how Piccolo was back in Dragon Ball. How he hated Goku. I mean, and Piccolo even said it around almost the ending of the Frieza saga when Goku blew up on planet Namek, and Piccolo was saying that he was born hating Goku. Piccolo was his only thing was to kill Goku. That was his only mission. He was born hating Goku, and all he wanted to do was kill Goku. That's why Piccolo always wanted to train. Because Piccolo said that he was saving that special bean canyon for Goku someday. Because I remember when Goku was was trying to sacrifice himself in order to beat his brother Raditz. Piccolo said he was saving that technique for Goku. So I think Broly would be kind of like a Piccolo in a way. Slowly transform into a good guy, even though he would still have a lot of hate for Goku. But in a way, he would slowly transform into a good guy. I think Broly would need some kind of kid. Like I think if it wasn't for Gohan, Piccolo probably would have still been evil in a way. If it wasn't for Gohan, because Gohan actually helped Piccolo care and love and to protect. So if it wasn't for Gohan, Piccolo probably still would have been evil and wicked till this day probably. And I think that's what Broly needs. Broly needs somebody like a little kid or something. Hell, maybe I would say Goten, but Goten looked too much like Goku. I would say Trunks, but nah, Trunks looked too much like Vegeta though. It would have to be a kid, or it can be Mr. Satan. It could be Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan could try to be Broly's friend, try to talk some sense into Broly, if Broly would listen, that is. But Broly needs like a friend, somebody that for him to talk to really help him, make him care. So that's what they would have to do with Broly though. They would have to do something like that with him. They would have to have somebody that try to be friends with Broly. I don't know the right person who can be a friend with Broly though. I really don't know. But I think later on, Broly might find him a woman, though. I think somewhere down the line. Now, a lot of people say that Broly and Fidel would make a good couple, which I don't see that, though. A lot of people think Broly and Fidel would make a good couple, but people gotta understand, though, Fidel is a teenager, though. You gotta think about it. Broly and Goku are about the same age, so I don't think it would look right for Broly to date Fidel, because Goku and Broly was born on the same day. So I think that's what they would have to do with Broly though. They would have to do a lot of repackaging on Broly's character though. Because I think if he became a good guy, like I said, they wouldn't even be calling him the legendary Super Saiyan anymore. I think that name would be stripped away from him. I think it would. Broly might be the second strongest. I think he would be the second strongest if he were to become a good guy in Dragon Ball Z. I think he would be the second strongest. Now, if he come back right now, he would have to. I mean, they can still bring Broly back. There's still a chance for him to become a good guy. But if you're gonna bring him back, you gotta have a good reason to bring him back. You got to. He's got to make good sense if you want him to come back. Honestly, I'd much rather see Broly come back and fight Goku one-on-one. No interference. Just to see those two fight one-on-one, just to see who wins. These two just finally settle the score, and I can see that happening. If Broly would ever would return and become a good guy, he would most definitely would want to settle the score with Goku. And I think if Goku somehow kicks his ass and talks some sense into him, if he listens to Goku, then maybe he'll finally give it a break and say, you know what, he'll probably tell Goku why he hates him and this and that. I don't know, but I think that's what Broly would be going through if he become a good guy. It would be interesting though. It would be very interesting though to see that happen. But that's all I wanted to say though. It's your boy OP. I'm out. Peace.